Hello everybody watching, my name is Ben Kibwana and this is the Music Business Podcast. I am a musician myself and I've been in the music industry for about 5 years now, producing music for 3 years. I have 2 albums, and one challenge I've experienced with many artists is that they don't understand this side of music business. What is it all about? You find people have the talent, but now when it comes to matters money, unakuwa na kashida kidogo. I thought it wise to, get in touch with people who are well versed, who have knowledge in this field, to educate fellow artists about music business. You learn about how to handle the money matters side of things. So I'm here with one man who has been in this field for over 20 years, teaching, training musicians on music business. His name is Dr. Maurice Amateshe. Welcome, karibu sana daktari, to the Music Business Podcast.
Pleasure to have me here once again.
Yes. For he has trained many people on this area of music business, and so he has a wealth of information to give us today. So daktari, first of all, even before I get into the flesh of things, maybe just enlighten us how yourself you got into the music industry. What brought you to music?
It has a history.
Yeah.
Because I come from a family where I think out of 10 of us, only one is a scientist. But all the rest were arts oriented, either dancers, singers, actors, playwrights.
Wow.
And so I got myself so much into the theatrical aspect of it. And that's why most of the time the units I handle are like this one.
Yes.
It's units that will require a lot of reading, a lot of digging deep in research, a lot of getting the background information of where things are coming from, and trying to also postulate where things would be going. So you might not easily find me on the keyboard playing, but I might be able to explain to you something that is happening on that keyboard. So I got the interest, and that's why many people actually, for a long time, colleagues and students alike, thought I'm in literature. And when you tell everybody, no, I'm in music, they say, no? How?
We don't see you singing.
Yeah, because all my activities in undergraduate, when I was heading the university traveling theater, I was in the choirs, but my heart was so much in the acting industry, the theater industry. And so, but it has helped me to combine because it's all an industry.
Yeah.
It has helped me to combine all these arts and morph them into one and see how they can work together. So it's something that is a passion that came through it, not because I did not like sciences, but because there's something that about art that enables you to freely express yourself. It enables you to really connect with the world and connect with the people and not just objects.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a punchline right there. There's something about art that enables you to connect with people, to free yourself, to freely express yourself. I like that. From that, I guess now that is how you, easily morphed into this area of music business as a specialty.
Yeah, music business was not there initially as a unit. We had so much of, the oral skills, so much of, harmony, you learn about counterpoint, you learn about popular music. And I came to discover when I started dealing with the units on popular music, I came to discover this animal called popular music exists within a certain ecosystem.
Yeah.
And this ecosystem is the industry. This ecosystem is a dynamic, it's a challenging, it's not something you run over. You cannot even teach music business for 4 years only and finish. So you only give out concepts. To students.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping going forward,
Yeah.
As now age continues catching up,
Yeah.
which obviously it is, to sort of establish other networks outside where I can continue
Yeah.
from where I left in the 4th year.
Yeah.
Because we discover every day something new comes up, a new challenge comes up, and they need to know, which was not perhaps covered in the syllabus.
Yeah.
We're now talking so much about artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
And it was not really music oriented, but it has been there for over 60 years. But now it has caught up with music and it has its own dynamics.
Yes.
So I discovered there's an industry to study. I discovered these people, the manufacturers of automobiles, have a history.
Yeah.
Manufacturers of medicine, they know what to do. They have some fundamental, they have some theoretical frameworks.
Yeah.
They have some practical issues to deal with.
Yeah.
Yes, I produced this product. Then after that,
What next?
what next? I'm known today. Then tomorrow, I'm nowhere.
Yeah.
What happens in between? So many questions started flooding my mind, and I thought it's an area worth including in the content. Yeah.
Wow. So I think you were like starting to answer one of the first questions about the music. What exactly is this music industry? Because music business is directly connected to the music industry, or is the music industry?
Yeah, you only talk about the music industry by first of all defining the product.
Yeah.
What is the primary product of the music industry? It is the music, right? And so, what is music? And when you read lots of literature, you'll be given like about 4 elements of music. You'll be given rhythm, you'll be given harmony, you'll be given tonality, you'll be given timbre, you'll be given all those.
Yeah.
But exactly what is music? Which connects it to the industry?
Yeah.
Music is an expression. It can be an expression of therapy. It can be an expression of happiness, emotion, so to speak.
Yeah.
It can be a political expression, an economic expression. It's a religious expression. I mean, every other day. It's a celebration of a cultural celebration, so to speak. And therefore, it created a need for continuity purposes, for people to continue expressing. And how did it come about? They now elevated music from simply being an expression to a communication. Yeah. And that's where the industry has its foundation. So everybody who is going into the industry is asking themselves, what am I communicating? And your consumer is also asking, what is Ben communicating? Yes, I've heard the song, but I did not understand what he said.
What's the message?
What's the message? So be it instrumental or vocal or combined, it evokes a certain communication in you. And as I've said, now it moves into people creating, groups. The reggae artist has people to communicate to. There's something the reggae people want to hear. The genge, there is something the genge people want to hear. The rumba, unfortunately, many of us dance to it without exactly knowing what they're saying. Until you get the translation, then you discover I was actually dancing to a daj. But it's packaged so nicely,
Yeah.
rhythmically, harmonically.
Melodically.
You dance until you discover this person was mourning. And you are laughing,
You are
and
laughing,
jumping
enjoying.
and partying and all that. So the industry now had a foundation of we have to communicate something. And that explains why it is segmented. And that's what explains why Ben cannot communicate in church, then again come communicate to the ghetto, and then communicate to... So it segments
Segmented.
that way. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's quite expansive because you've shown the different dimensions and segments within the music industry already.
But when you come down to the music now industry as we understand it today, even as we teach it today, we now basically look at it in terms of commerce. Because initially, that's why I started. Historically, it was merely an expression, which is not a bad thing, and which is still not a bad thing, but it has shifted into a commercial enterprise. And we get into this because there is something to get out of it. You're expecting to sell, you're expecting to brand, you're expecting visibility, outside your locality, outside your village, where you're expressing this song. Now you arrange it, or you put it into a band. You want it visible, and you want yourself visible. So that's what I'm telling you. It's not easy to exhaust the discussion on the music industry because it is evolving at a faster rate than any other.
Wow. And also the diversity of the cultures that are influencing.
Both internally and externally.
Wow. And so what would you say is, you've talked of internally, locally. So we have the Kenyan music industry and then we have the global one. Is there a difference? Like in terms of now the industry aspect, is there a difference?
I will, with the permission, just refer to three authors whose article I found very, very interesting. We have, for purposes of owning, not plagiarizing people's information, we have to be very careful because this thing will go global and they'll say, that's my information. I came across Adam Brown, Justice O'Connor, and Sarah Cohen. And they break down in 2020, this edition is for 2020, and they break down four things. There's the cultural policy, right? Both locally and globally. There's the economic policy, both locally and globally. There's the perception, how people perceive the industry and the industry players. It happens locally, it happens globally. And then lastly, the fourth one is the issue of networking, global networking, creating new markets and all that. Now, to come back to your question, leaving the authors aside, I'm looking at an issue of our local industry really trying to be mean, for lack of a better word, to itself. The narrowness, the shyness to reach out is a disease for many of the artists. Right?
Shyness to reach out.
Shyness to... You want to remain localized in your ethnic, in terms of language, in terms of your beats, in terms of... It's good for cultural preservation. It's very good. It's good for tourist attraction. It's very good. These tourists will come once and go. But for posterity and for your future as an artist, the global industry beats us. Number one, their cultural policies are so robust. they can borrow from any, and sometimes we actually give them these materials ourselves without them asking.
Without them asking.
The economic policies, whether by government, mostly by governments and arts organizations, they ensure that everything is factored in terms of where is this industry in our economic policies. We are creating this bill. Where does the industry come in? They have created a bigger than life image. Unfortunately, even their own followers there, fewer follow them. But our local industry find them as idols. So we perceive our industry as weak. Right? So we are our own enemies. And I'm talking about this Kenyan situation. I don't know about Ghana. I don't know about South Africa. Are really trying. And then, of course, this idea of having robust networks. You can't survive in the industry with a few ring of friends. Just a ring of friends you call your fans, you walk around with, you hang out with. These guys reach out. These guys explore technologies. So the Kenyan industry has this very great potential. But now comparatively, because the question is on comparative analysis, I can tell you the global industries, especially the US, the UK, the Americas, they have overtaken us. And they are actually, and they've kept pace ahead. I state without fear of contradiction, we are lagging behind. We are lagging behind because we are shy to take risks. Music is a business, as I've said.
And I think even our neighbors, Tanzanians,
have done better than us. Have done better. And listen to them, surprisingly, you might think it's the same person singing. Somehow the voices are the same. Somehow the beats sound almost the same. Somehow the lyricism is almost about love, the same. But the Tanzanians see the diversity and the difference within them. But the way we copy, because we are so much, until recently, we were so much anchored on rap. So the way so-and-so raps, I don't want to mention names, is the way the other person. So you start seeing, this is the same thing. Until now, analysts start asking, you are talking about the same theme of love. The Tanzanian is talking about the same theme of love. Whom would you listen to quickly? Who will attract you quickly? The Tanzanian would. The way they layer their chords, the way they present it. There's a song I listen to, and I think it's an old song from one of the, I can't remember the name, but Binti Kiziwi, one of the earliest pioneers in the Tanzanian. And the way, the way he paints the picture, this lady is deaf. But you see, he paints the picture, he draws the picture.
As he sings it, you see.
As he sings, until the lady finds the message to it. So they do. I don't think they jump into the studio, they jump into the industry, into the enterprise, just because of it. There is a sense of imagination that goes into it. I don't think Kofi Olomide would have lacked someone to work with here. Why did he think of Diamond? So music is a concept. You're a composer. You're a producer. You're working in studios like almost 24/7. My advice is, if we have to compete globally, then our approach must be different. Research has to go in. Patience has to go in. above all, creativity has to go in. Hire creative minds.
Yeah.
Or request creative minds to help you with your idea. It happens everywhere.